He's hiding stolen artifacts, I know it. That's what my HOA president screamed, face red as a beet, right before she called 911 on me. She was out there on my lawn clipboard, clutched like a shield voice, shaking with the kind of righteous fury only a bored suburban tyrant could muster. She claimed my new backyard vault was illegal, that I was stalking her with cameras, that I was basically some threat to all mankind. Cops rolled up ready to drag me away, but 5 seconds later, she was the one in cuffs. You ever watch a train wreck so wild you can't look away? This is one of those stories. Buckle up. So here's how I landed in the crosshairs. The morning sun was bouncing off my latest project, a 6-foot-tall, 800-pound hand-forged steel vault in the shape of a mini Gothic castle. I called it the Fortress. It had turrets, intricate engravings, the whole 9 yards. Took me 3 months to make for a museum client who wanted to test it out on my property before it shipped off. I was feeling pretty proud, running my hand over those cold metal carvings with my granddad's black and white photo smiling back at me from where I'd hung it. He was the first blacksmith in our family. Horseshoes to high-security art vaults, hell of a journey. And then click-clack, here comes Carol Davidson, our HOA president, stomping up the driveway in her signature power suit. 2 nervous board members trailing behind like ducklings. She doesn't even bother with good morning. Just zeroes in on the fortress, eyes wide and wild. What the hell is this monstrosity? Now you gotta understand, Carol isn't just some paperwork pusher. She treats this neighborhood like her personal fiefdom. I try to keep it cool. It's a temporary installation for a client fully permitted, gone in 30 days. She narrows her eyes. A vault. Who the hell needs a vault like this? You laundering money, hiding drugs. The board guys fidgeted. One tried to speak up. Carol, maybe let's not. He has permits. She cut them off. I'm protecting you. This violates every standard. It's a safety hazard. It'll draw criminals. It could fall and crush someone. Then she reached for my granddad's photo. Something snapped in me. I stepped in real calm, but all steel underneath. Don't touch that. Everything's legal, insured, and temporary. You got no grounds, Carol. She gave this icy laugh. No grounds, I am the grounds, Mr. Thompson. 24 hours or you'll see what happens to rule breakers. Maybe ask the Johnsons. Oh wait, you can't. They moved away after that fire. Shame about accidents, huh? She walks off, board guys scurrying after, leaving me staring at my feet thinking about the Johnsons. They sued Carol for harassment a while back then. Their house caught fire and they just disappeared. Nobody ever proved a thing, but we all knew. That night, 11 p.m. Sharp, I get an email subject line screaming, violation notice, dangerous structure. $500 fine and more to come. Threats about property liens and city inspectors quoting regulations so vague they could mean anything. I sat there reading it over and over, thinking maybe I'd underestimated her. This wasn't normal HOA power tripping. This was personal. Day 3, my buddy David, a lawyer, shows up with beer and a legal pad. He flips through the email and looks me dead in the eye. Remember when you got falsely accused of theft years ago, didn't document a thing, almost lost everything? Not this time. Document everything. Every word, every email, every look. He pauses, glancing at the fortress. Look, I could sue the HOA for harassment. It'd take a year, cost you a fortune, and might burn your house down. Remember the Johnsons? We both know what he means. Let's get creative, he says, pulling out a security catalog. 8 military-grade cameras, signs everywhere. Make it clear you're recording your property and nothing else. She escalates, we escalate. Spent the next 2 days running cables, mounting cameras, photographing everything for the record. I felt a little paranoid, but after my history, I'd rather be paranoid than broke. By day 5, my security system was Fort Knox. That evening I come home, my masterpiece is covered head to toe in cheap red stickers, danger do not approach, city inspection pending. Looked like a crime scene. Pulled up the footage, there's Carol at noon, methodically slapping on stickers calling Channel 7 News, the health department, the building inspector, and her cousin Christine at the paper. Major hazard owner refuses to comply, biohazard threat. She was working the whole suburban PR machine. My neighbor Janet knocked later, live streaming as usual. Ethan girl is pressed about your vault. She keeps asking what's inside, acting like you got the Ark of the Covenant in there. She was half joking, half serious. She keeps asking me too. It's weird. That's when it hit me. Carol wasn't just trying to get rid of my project. She was obsessed. That night, 1 a.m., my phone buzzes, motion detected. I pull up the cameras. Someone in a hoodie is circling the fortress, snapping flash photos, measuring every inch, trying the lock. Even in the night vision, I recognized the walk. It was Carol. 15 minutes muttering to herself, staring at the vault like it was her personal white whale. Why does everyone hide things from me? Why does everyone betray me? Gave me chills, honestly. A few days later, everything exploded. At 8:30 p.m., Janet texts, "Carol just called the cops on you. I'm going live. Sirens, lights, neighbors pouring out like it's the 4th of July. Carol's out front playing damsel in distress, telling Officer Miller I'm aiming cameras at her bedroom, stalking her, plotting revenge. He's hiding something I just know it." Officer Miller looks at me tired as hell. I show him my phone, 8 camera feeds, everyone pointed at my own property with signs and documentation to back it up. He checks everything walking around the house, muttering, "Wish all my calls were this easy." Meanwhile, Janet's live stream explodes. 12,000 viewers, comment section roasting Carol. Miller turns to her, says, "Ma'am, the only crime I see is someone trespassing to put up fake city notices." I pull up the video. Crowd goes silent as Carol's voice echoes out of my tablet. "This is a biohazard. Call the paper. Get the city on him." Miller's face goes hard. "Miss Davidson, you've committed multiple crimes, false reports, trespass, harassment. If I get one more call from you, you'll be arrested. Do I make myself clear?" You could hear a pin drop and then Janet yells, "Justice?" Karen got owned. Carol stammers, "This isn't over. He's got secrets you're all too blind to see." She storms back inside. Miller hands me his card, then adds quietly, "That's a hell of a piece of metalwork. My granddad was a blacksmith too." But Carol wasn't finished. Next morning, the local paper runs an article by community safety advocate Christine Davidson, her cousin, suggesting my vault is full of smuggled artifacts, maybe even dangerous. She quoted anonymous neighbors, threw in some fear-mongering, and within hours my phone was blowing up. Folks were worried, asking what I was hiding. The damage was real. Every dog walk I felt eyes burning holes in my back. David came over that night, laptop open, grinning. "Guess who submitted that article? Carol's own IP address. She's not even hiding it. We printed out everything." But honestly, I felt like I was just treading water while she kept chumming the neighborhood for a fresh feeding frenzy. That's when Janet showed up, conspiratorial as ever, with a flash drive full of screenshots. Carol's Facebook history, dating back to a messy divorce, turns out her ex-husband hid $2 million from her in a safe. She spent years chasing that money, got obsessed with the idea that everyone was hiding something. When she became HOA president, her first post was, "Never again will I let someone hide secrets from me. I have the power now." This wasn't about my vault. This was about her baggage. Then she called an emergency HOA meeting. Code red, language all dramatic and threatening. "David warned me if she invokes emergency powers, she could fine you into bankruptcy, maybe even force a sale. Showdown time." Community center packed. Janet streaming to 25,000. Carol's upfront PowerPoint loaded with horror movie shots of my vault filters, red lights, fake newspaper clippings about vaults used in crimes, some analysis about how my yard could collapse into a sinkhole. Half the crowd's buying it. Then David stands up, calm as ever, and lays out every permit, license, insurance document, plus receipts from the museum client. And by the way, that article written and uploaded from Ms. Davidson's own home. Crowd gasps. Board members start muttering. Carol loses it, goes full nuclear. He's hiding something. Men like him lie. She waves emergency powers in my face. On $1,000 a day in fines, liens, forced removal. Pandemonium. David projects the actual bylaws, proves she's out of line. An old man stands up. "Enough is enough. We know what happened to the Johnsons." Board members try to oust Carol on the spot, but she shuts it down. After the meeting, she gets in my face, breath hot with wine. 48 hours, Thompson, then I'll tear that vault apart with my bare hands. David and I huddled up time for Operation Mousetrap. If Carol wanted a secret, we'd give her one. We staged a fake phone call in the backyard about a priceless Aztec artifact transfer, loud enough for Janet to overhear. Left blueprints accidentally in front of her, marked up with gold funeral mask 1200 AD. Next, a fake error message on the Vault Museum security protocol engaged. Cameras rolling backup drives ready. 2:17 a.m. Motion detected. Carol, all in black, slips through the gate, gloves and face mask on, crowbar in hand. She tries code after code, then just attacks the vault, screaming, "Damn you, Richard! Why does everyone hide things?" 40 minutes. She vents her whole soul on that steel, then slinks home defeated. I save the footage. This is my ace. Next morning, Carol rolls up with her bored cousin and a news crew, aka her friends. Janet's live streaming to 40,000. Carol struts, declaring, "Today we rid our community of this threat." Reporter points out the vault's been vandalized. Carol blames imaginary thieves. I stroll out with my laptop. Funny, Carol, because here's video of you breaking in at 2:17 a.m. Screen flickers, crowd gasps the whole show. Carol with a crowbar, cursing, crying, confessing. Her cousin bails. "I'm just a law student." Board members back away. Officer Miller shows up, sees the evidence, reads Carol her rights: vandalism, trespass, false reports, abuse of power, and we're reopening the Johnson fire case. Carol gets cuffed live on camera. Janet's audience goes wild. As the police car drives away, Carol looks at me. "What was really in that vault?" I shrug. "Nothing. It's just art. Your secrets did this, not mine." HOA had an emergency meeting, reversed everything, apologized. Carol got 6 months in jail, community service. Janet got her own web show. The museum ordered 5 more vaults from me. Sometimes you don't need to fight your enemies. You just need to let them destroy themselves on camera. So tell me, who's really hiding secrets in your neighborhood? Drop your thoughts below. Was I right? Was justice served, or is the whole system as broken as Carol? I want to hear your stories. And if you enjoyed this wild ride, hit like, share it, and jump to the next video if you dare.